Alright, hope you guys are still awake. We're almost done here. I do want to collect all of that weapon refill. Which side is less deadly? We'll try the right side. Right side is not less deadly. Let's try the left side. I don't like dealing with those fire spewers if I don't have to. This is also a good place for some weapons. The Screw Crusher lets you take those guys out without actually being on the same level as them. And you don't have to take out all of the enemies. There's an energy tank over there, but I don't think we're going to get that. Alright, something to fill up. We don't need that much water shield. We'll fill up Commando. And we are at the typical boss rematch. I do appreciate that the GPS did have us go through a vertical section, as was depicted before before coming here. And so this is how you battle Blade Man. And his pattern is mostly the same as it is on hard mode. Although on hard mode, when he lands on the ground, he can charge at you with his blade. Overall, not too difficult to take out with the Buster. And I'll use the Buster because I used the Commando Bomb on him during the main run. The other difference is on hard mode, he will launch, I think it's either 5 or 6 blades instead of 3. You still dodge them basically the same way. And, well, we kind of use a mixture of weapons when battling Sheepman, so we will do that again. And if you hit him while he's in the clouds, it takes him out of there. But notice I missed him a couple times, and I still use the entire weapon energy to take him out. Let's see if we can take out Pump Man with the Thunder Wool this time. And it does involve hitting just the right spot. But notice how the wool connected with him, and now I'm probably not going to get enough damage off of the... maybe I will. If you time it just right, you can get 2 hits out of the Thunder Wool. But it does need to land right on him. Let's go to Strike Man, because I need to murder some more sports. And his weakness is the Triple Blade, which tears through him really quickly if you hit him with all 3 blades up close and personal. And just a few shots and he'll go down like that. Solar Blaze against Chill Man. Because we have the Pokemon type chart correct this time, and fire beats ice. And you just kind of launch it at him. I don't find it too terribly effective, because again, it uses so much energy, and the energy output is just barely keeping up with the damage. And I do appreciate that the bosses are in the spots that they were at in on the stage select screen. Commando Man, weak to the Wheel Cutter. I find it's best to just kind of get close to him rather than waiting for the slow wheels to go into him. Just use it kind of like the flame sword, another close range weapon. And speaking of Nitro Man... Okay, we knew this was coming. Let's see, I used the chill spikes mostly last time, so let's go at him with Buster. Ow, I knew he was going to hit me somehow there. You do have to shoot kind of above where he's throwing the blades out if you're trying to hit him with the Mega Buster, because the blades can deflect your shots. You're dead. There. I hate it when I keep missing him with the last shot. And now for my arch nemesis, Solar Man. Fortunately, the water shield just tears through him. I recommend not using the launching of the shield, just kind of get close to him. And the shield just takes him out quickly, like that. And the water shield makes him look easy. Okay. And now we'll battle Pirate Wily. I like Pirate Wily. He launches these ginormous missiles that have varying speeds. And some homing missiles that do not have varying speeds. Overall, he's not too difficult to battle here. I gotta remember what this guy's weak to. Honestly, I just use Screw Crusher because you can hit him most of the time. Not his weakness, but the arcing is really convenient here. And when he launches that attack, just rapid fire to break out of that paralysis. And when he launches the thunder, you want to get right underneath him, so you'll be guaranteed to dodge it. Just like that, no matter which side the thunder goes to, and then you'll launch another one of those. And he'll take off. Because we have one final stage to go to, and this part is kind of obnoxious. This is the only part music-wise that really annoys me in Mega Man 10, and you'll see what I mean. We're going up and up and up and up, and yes, we get it. Please turn this sound effect off. Well, we have a space station now. So Wily kind of has two castles in this game, except this is only a one-stage sort of deal. And if you run fast enough, you can avoid most or all of these, or you can avoid none of them and get hit by everything like I am. I don't think we need that one up. I don't plan on dying anymore. And that is a nice weapons energy tank. It's weapons, it's not an tank because we're upside down, everything's upside down. See, we did not collect the tasty tank. I think for this one I just take the top path and I just run, run, run. And you can avoid almost all of these moles by doing this tactic. Top path I find is a little bit easier to avoid them because you're more in the middle of the screen as opposed to the I want rush as opposed to the flat bottom where the moles are coming out. And that one is an tank. Let's use some tanks. Oh, a weapon tank only refills one thing. No, we're going to use the tank. Spent all this time missing those tanks earlier. I got one, I'm going to use it. And we're going to fall to the final battle. And Final Wily is weak to the chill spikes. And with the anti-gravity, it's kind of easy to hit him with it. Notice we do have a fake Wily capsule, so you'll want to hit the real one. And you can almost kind of rapid fire against Wily when he's out. And he'll also sneeze in this battle, which is another nice touch. Don't hit the fake one because that's what will happen. And so I just kind of turn this into a bit of a damage race when I can. Oh, I can't shoot it because the one spike was out. And you know what, I'm going to be safe here. Going to be safe because I've died enough in this game. There we go. And that's all for the final battle. So a little bit of a different touch to the typical Wily disappearing capsule battle. You have the anti-gravity, which is nice, and a couple unique attacks. And the fake capsule is also a nice touch. Overall, I like that final battle there. And Wily's got a fever. I'm wondering how he's breathing. We're out in space, you can clearly see that. And he doesn't have any sort of space helmet. And so Mega Man decides to help him out. But in return, Dr. Wily does something nice. He escapes from the hospital when he feels better. But okay, come on. He left a bunch of medicine to cure the robo-enzavirus for all of the robots. So kind of a interesting mutual trade-off between the two there. Not something you'd normally see from Wily doing something nice like that. And now we get to the end credits. So overall, while I really dislike some of the stages, the stage designs, I've mentioned that going through there. Overall, I do enjoy Mega Man 10. I don't think it's as bad as everyone says it is. The weapons are very lackluster. There's no denying that. They cost too much energy to use for what you're doing with them, and they're all kind of difficult to aim or control or use effectively, as that was also demonstrated throughout this run. But there were some parts where we could make a good use out of some of the weapons, and the 3 special stage weapons from the Mega Man Killers I thought was a really nice touch. I really enjoyed those stages as well. They were great throwbacks. And so yeah, we're just going through the Robot Masters. There's my arch nemesis Solar Man again. As I said, I would rank him in the top 10 most difficult Robot Masters to fight without special weapons and without E-Tanks. So if I ever did a top 10 list, he would definitely be on it. And we don't get the nice scenes that we had in Mega Man 9. I appreciated seeing like what the Robot Masters were up to after the game and what they kind of do outside of fighting against Mega Man. But I suppose that's because Robot Masters in Mega Man 9 were made by Dr. Light. as opposed to here. So overall, a very mixed bag of Mega Man 10. Didn't add too much new as far as different mechanics or things. Didn't change things up the way that other Mega Mans have done, and I'm okay with that. It's another return to the 8-bit style of platforming, and that's where I believe Mega Man is the best. It's very precise. It's very the controls are excellent. I just wish Mega Man still had the slide. I really don't like that they took that away. I don't mind the Mega Buster not being charged because that makes a lot of the bosses a lot easier when you can charge your Mega Buster and do more damage to them even if you don't have their weakness weapon. So not being able to charge Mega Buster kind of forces you to learn how to dodge the Robot Masters more when you don't have their weakness weapon or you're not using special weapons. And Cho'Man Stage is one of my favorite tunes out of all of Mega Man. I constantly find myself whistling to it, not only when I'm playing the game, but also when I'm not playing the game. His music will just randomly pop into my head, and it's very catchy, very fitting for a ice stage. Although, speaking of the robot Mega Man killers from the special stages, I am kind of disappointed that we didn't get Quint from Mega Man 2, because there were 4 robot Mega Man killers in the Game Boy games, but Quint kind of got overlooked. I would have liked to have seen a redesign of Quint where he's actually challenging, because in the Mega Man 2 for the Game Boy, he is a complete pushover. Very laughable that he's even a boss, really. But we can complain about that some other day. And these are some lengthy end credits here. We're at the special thanks, so we should be almost done. Director H and F. Did they only have like one letter for their name? Alright, we're not quite going to put this game to bed yet. I do want to show off something a little bit more. Oh, our clear time is 1 hour and 10 minutes. Not bad for all the death.